Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are gonna do some monthly favorites just because I was out of town, and so I was supposed to film this last weekend and obviously it didn't get done because I wasn't here. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to go ahead and talk about is my Caudalie Beauty Elixir. This is a smoothing glowing complexions for all skin types. I love this little pink to green ombre packaging that Caudalie has. This is absolutely one of my favorite. Honestly, I use this as a toner. I usually have a bottle of this somewhere like stashed because I just love this so much. It's refreshing. It kind of gives you a little bit of that minty feeling on the face. Very refreshing. I feel like it calms me. So it's, for me, it's like a little spa luxury when I incorporate it into my routine. I know it's a little pricey, but the Sephora sale's going on, and if you are a Rouge member, you get this for 20% off. So you guys, if you guys have been following me for some time, you guys know that I rave about this all the time. The next product I want to talk about is actually a fail for the month of March, and it is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base moisturizer. So I used up a full size of the moisturizer, and it's 1.7 fluid ounces. So at first, the reason I bought this was because I actually got a sample of this and I really liked it. Mind you, a sample lasts you maybe 2 weeks. So when I first started using this, I actually really liked it. But I found that with prolonged use, I would say about the 3.5 week mark, it actually started to cause me to break out. I started to get a lot of milia. I started to get a lot of like mild acne bumps on my face. So although this doesn't work for me and my particular skin, I do think it is a nice moisturizer for those of you with like dry to normal skin, and it's like an all-in-one. It's like a moisturizer and primer in, you know, one product, which I think is amazing because then you don't have to have like a separate primer before adding makeup. I think it smells great. It has kind of like a citrusy, light citrusy scent, which to me it smelled divine. This didn't work out for me and my particular skin tone. It really did make my milia very it reared its nasty head around again. So as soon as I stopped using this, I started to see my skin clear up. So for that reason, I won't be repurchasing that. The next product I want to talk about is, of course, a Buxom full-on lip plumping cream, and this is in pumpkin spice latte. I actually hauled this like about, I think it was last year during the fall season. I love the Buxom glosses. Honestly, Buxom doesn't really do a lot of new releases, but every fall they come out with like limited edition fall scented glosses, and I always end up picking up every single one because I know I'm gonna use it. And they're just like a brand I feel that a lot of people don't talk about, and they don't have a lot of constant like back-to-back new releases. Honestly, I know, like, I'm not part of their marketing program, but I almost think that like their glosses probably sell so well that they just don't need to do so much heavy marketing, you know. I love this stuff. This lip gloss though will give you that like tingling, cold, minty sensation. So if you don't like that, you're not gonna like this gloss. Moving right along is another favorite, but it is limited edition, so you can't get it anymore. It is the Jo Malone Elderflower Cordial Cologne. I actually got this 2 years ago. This was a limited edition scent. So Jo Malone used to carry elderflower as part of their permanent line, and then they got rid of it for some time, and then they launched like this jam limited edition scents, and elderflower was my favorite, but it only came in this 1 fluid ounce bottle. So I hope that they either come out with this again this fall, or they bring back elderflower and make it part of the permanent line, because I absolutely love this fragrance. I think it's very unique. I've never smelled anything quite like this. I feel like this is a unique scent. Like when you smell it, you know what it is instantly. So love this. Next is another favorite. It is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This one is in Gummy Bear. I actually ended up using the entire thing, and it smells like real gummy bears. Like, I was born in '88, okay? So during that time, you know, when you were paying at the grocery store and there were like little bags of gummy bears. I don't like gummy bears, but I always loved the way that they smelled, and I think Laneige did such a good job at replicating that particular scent. I've smelled a lot of gummy bear scented things, but this is the closest to, I feel like they got to the 90s candy era. It's very, very nice. I think that out of all the scents that they've come out with, including limited edition, Gummy Bear is my favorite one. So this is a really good lip sleeping mask for those of you with dry lips. The next product I want to talk about is a fail, and this is the Chanel Ombre Premier Lac in number 35, L'Homme Poupre. Probably pronouncing that horribly wrong. So it is like this liquid eyeshadow. Let me go ahead and swatch this for you guys. You have to shake it actually before using it. Honestly, this didn't work out for me. I can't quite wear this product on its own. It is very patchy. This is just a swatch of it. It's very patchy. Even when you use your finger and you spread it out, you use a brush, it doesn't matter, primer, no primer. It is a very patchy product. You do not get an even distribution of color. You get like bald spots. It does not work well on top of powder eyeshadow. It will lift, you know, whatever powder eyeshadow you have on. I actually have another color. This is a gold color that I have, and I tried to layer them together. It doesn't layer well. It will start to lift whatever you have laid down as a base. So this is a fail for me this month. But for those of you who have one of these and you have it in your drawer and you feel like, you know, you wasted your money, you know, but you don't want to throw it away because you don't want to be wasteful, the way that I have used this to make it work for me is I actually use it as a base, and I'm wearing it today. So I laid a light layer of this on my eyelid, and I, you know, kind of like spread it out with a brush and my finger the best way that I could. It was patchy as usual, but once I laid that down, I went ahead and I layered it with my Charlotte Tilbury Sunlit Glow eyeshadow. It's one of these single pots, and this is Sunlit Glow. I'm gonna swatch it for you guys so you can see. This is very similar to the color Incandescent by Bobbi Brown. So I just layered this color on top of this, and this is the final results. So if you want to make it work for you, I suggest you use it as a base, very light layer. And if you have one of these like Charlotte Tilbury pots or one of the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow sticks that's, you know, shimmery or whatever, you can layer it on top and it'll look nice. And that way you don't have to throw it away and you get some use out of it. So this color is not included in a monthly favorite because honestly I haven't used it long enough in the month of March to have it included, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like. Okay, next two products I want to talk about is not a fail, it just didn't work for me, and they are the Fresh Sugar Balms. I have the color Honey and Spice. These have an SPF of 15. It's not that I didn't like the consistency. The consistency is great. It's just these particular shades didn't work well on my skin tone. So I wouldn't say that they're fails. I just didn't really like the colors. I've used these before, so this is not new to me. But surprisingly, these shades just didn't work out for me. But I think it is a good product. Moving right along, I would swatch these for you guys, but like, look at this. There's nothing in this tube. Nothing. There's nothing in here. I'm sorry. I used it all up. Okay. Next, I did use up 2 full Pat McGrath lipsticks. The first one I used up was Flesh Fatale in number 72. And I do have a little bit of this left. And this is like a little shimmery, creamy lipstick. The Pat McGrath lipsticks I think are great, worth every penny. It definitely does last longer than the average lipstick. I will say that, very heavily pigmented. The second color I used up was Donatella 401. And out of both of these shades, Donatella was my favorite. It's like a cool toned beige brown. Very pretty. I think it gave me just like the perfect nude, and I paired those lipsticks with a Pat McGrath lip liner, and this one was in Buff. So I completely used this all up. I can't get any more product out of here. I wonder if I can even swatch it for you guys. Yeah, I can get a little bit out of there. So here is the lip liner. It is like a cool tone brownie pink, which I think paired really well with those two lipsticks. Next, this is actually a surprise for me this month. So I had hauled this Biosense squalene hand sanitizer because I had gone into a Sephora and they usually have these around the store for you to sanitize your hands ever since the pandemic started. And so I ended up buying one of these. I don't know when. I know it wasn't during a sale. I just wanted to pick up a small bottle because I hadn't brought sanitizer that day. You guys, I'm actually super impressed with this sanitizer. It doesn't dry out your hands even though it has 70% alcohol. It smells really good. Like, it doesn't smell chemically. But it does have a scent, very light, doesn't linger, but it actually just moisturizes my hands and they felt really clean, like not sticky whatsoever, not weird. You know, sometimes hand sanitizers can pill on the hands. Not at all. Such a good hand sanitizer, and I feel like not a lot of people talk about this one, and I think it's really good. So if you're able to snag one up during the sale, highly recommend this. Although this is small, it's a fairly big bottle. It's 2 fluid ounces, so this lasted me for quite some time. All right, and then I completely hit pan on the Chanel blush in 320 Rouge Profonde. I'm kind of bummed that I am not able to get all of that product on the side of the pan. It is actually so hard that I cannot get a brush to get any product out of there without like ruining the bristles of my brushes, which is not worth it for me at this point because, you know, they're a little pricey. But yes, I think I am going to lay low on purchasing blushes from Chanel until they change their minds and go back to their old formula, which everybody loved and I loved in particular. But yes, This particular color though, I love. It's beautiful. This Rouge Profonde, I started using it during the fall season and I just couldn't put it down. It was just that good. I sometimes used it as eyeshadow, like as a transition shade. It was just beautiful. If you haven't tried this particular color, I highly recommend you try it because I think it's like the perfect fall blush. It is a true red blush though. It's not gonna go on pink. It's not gonna, you know, be patchy in that sense. It's a true red, so you do have to go in light-handed for those of you with either light skin tones or medium skin tones, because it's that pigmented and that bright. Okay, and of course I used up another one of my hand creams. You guys know I've been working on that holiday set from last year that brought, like, I think it was 10 of these. This is actually my favorite scent, Neroli and Orchidy. I think that's how you pronounce it. This actually used to be a fragrance that they carried and they discontinued it about a year ago or two, I think, and then they brought it back. So if you haven't tried this particular fragrance, please go into the store and sniff it because it's one of my favorites. It is a floral scent, so if you don't like florals, you're not gonna like this fragrance. But to me, the best way that I can describe this is what I feel like royalty smells like. Like when I think of like kings and queens, this is what I feel like they smell like. It's beautiful, it is elegant, it is unique, because I feel like this is something that when I smell it I know, but it also has a freshness to it. It has that orchid kind of fresh scent, but the neroli is just, I don't know. I think they did an amazing job with this fragrance, and I remember I purchased an entire full bottle of it, and when I went to repurchase, they had already discontinued the fragrance. So since then, I haven't been able to get my hands on a bottle of this, but I highly recommend if you have this particular fragrance in your local store. Okay, that completes this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my monthly favorites, and see you next time. Bye.